Hello again YouTube. So I'm back from my holiday, back to reality. I'm actually wearing shorts today, but it's not shorts weather. The car's frosted over a little bit. So the topic of today's video, there'll be a few different things, but the main one is why your progress is stalled even though you're doing everything right. So I've heard that so many times from people, like, I'm doing everything right, for some reason my weight's not dropping. So I'll just cover a list of reasons why that could be the case. So today I'm about to do PT sessions. I've got 5 PT sessions to do today. I've just done a couple of check-ins there. I've got football later on. I'll do a physique update as well. So I'm still like on course for the photo shoot. I actually backdated it. It's a couple of months away now, so I've got myself about 8 weeks more to go, which is good actually, because I wanted to enjoy that holiday and not stress too much about it. I came back weighing exactly the same, so I'm really pleased with that actually. So I've got loads of time now, 8 weeks to really push. To be honest, I've found it hard to get back into the groove with everything. I'm not logging my diet, but I'm sticking to mostly the same foods. I've gone for bigger portions of porridge oats. I were on 80 grams a day. Now I'm on 100 grams of porridge times 3 with some protein powder mixed in it. About 44 grams of protein powder instead of the usual 40. So I'm just kind of pushing it up a little bit. But I know that I'm in a deficit. I know that I would eat more than this if I wasn't dieting, so I will keep losing fat, but I suppose I can just tighten up a little bit more. The usual thing as well, so my kids are fussy eaters, especially they were on holiday, so we're really just like making sure they're eating well. And one meal that they do like to have is spag bol from Marks and Spencer's. They love Marks and Spencer's, which, you know, is not surprising because it's amazing food. But I'll make the spag bol, and sometimes the fussy one won't eat it, so I'll have it. That's one of the hardest things with dieting. When I do a contest prep, it goes in the bin. But now it's like, well, I'll have some of that. And my fussy daughter eats steak. She likes steak, but I've been getting these steaks from Asda that cost like a thick cut ribeye steak that costs about 12 quid. And that looks like it's a daily purchase at the minute, so it's going to be expensive. And with that, she'll only have a little bit, so I'll have some of that ribeye steak as well. So I'm kind of loosely dieting at the minute, but I still think I'm losing weight. Not weighing myself, but I'll have a look at see how I'm looking soon. So I've just had a look at myself there, and I'm quite pleased with how I'm looking actually. So I've not weighed myself, but I'm guessing I'm about 95 kilogram. I've got 8 weeks to go until the photo shoot, so I've got loads of time. You know, my stage weight, my lowest stage weight in 2024 was 85 kilogram, around 85 kilogram, maybe a little bit higher. So I'm about 10 kilogram over stage weight. If I can lose another 3 kilogram in the next 8 weeks, I'll be pleased with that. But I could literally do the photo shoot now, I think, because I'm looking quite lean. So to the topic of today's video, why you're doing everything right, but you're not losing fat. So I've heard so many people say that, but they're obviously doing something wrong. So one of the main reasons why people do it wrong is that they'll say, oh, I'm eating clean, but I'm not losing fat. So clean eating will only get you so far. When it comes to dieting, it's not what you eat, it's how much. You need to be recording or being consistent with your calorie intake. So eating clean will only get you so far. Like I say, you could gain weight by eating too much broccoli. And it was brilliant when I first found the truth about dieting, because I used to just eat salads, I used to eat chicken and rice and just hope for the best. And I did get a good result that way, but then I learned about flexible dieting, how you can eat anything that you want as long as you're in a calorie deficit, and it was brilliant. But again, flexible dieting isn't just how much junk food can I fit into my calories. I think that's why it gets a bad reputation. It's more, you can have foods that you're craving. If you want a biscuit, a cookie, some chocolate, some sweets, a McDonald's, and it helps you stay on track with the diet, then you can certainly have it. But it's not just, oh, how much chocolate and sweets and crisps and all sorts can I get into my diet and still lose weight? It's more just knowing that you can have these things and still stay on track. But definitely base your diet on healthy foods. Make sure you're getting fruit, veg and healthy fat in there. But yes, eating clean will only get you so far. So many people say, I'm eating clean, I'm hardly eating anything. You need to record your calorie intake on food tracking apps like MyFitnessPal and NutriCheck. And then once you get an idea of how many calories you're consuming, it's just being consistent with a calorie target. Hit a calorie target consistently, monitor your weight, monitor how you're looking, and then adjust from there. If you're struggling, get a coach to set you that calorie target. And it is good to track your diet because you become a food expert. You kind of learn what's what by doing it. You could just stick to a meal plan, but the issue with that, if you're new to dieting, just sticking to a meal plan, is that you don't learn about food. You don't learn like what's high in fat, protein, carbs, and you're just trapped on this meal plan. So I always give people a meal plan, but I also teach people how to be flexible, because then they become food experts and they know exactly what to do if they're craving something or if they've not got that meal plan on them. But for me, now eating a meal plan is the easiest way of doing it, but I do know how to be flexible. If I want to change something, I will do. But the pros and cons, I've covered this in another video. For me, just eating the same thing is a lot easier than going on MyFitnessPal and tracking it all the time. But I've certainly done that process for 2 contest preps, and that's where I became a food expert. That's where I learned about diet. So yeah, eating clean is not the answer. It's recording your calorie intake. That's the key. And another reason why people aren't making progress, so for those that are actually tracking the diet and not making progress, they might be tracking it wrong. So a key part of my coaching is that I connect with people on MyFitnessPal, NutriCheck, and if they are going down the flexible dieting route, which a lot of people do eventually, I look at the food diaries to make sure that they're hitting the numbers properly. And I've been told by my business mentor to not do that it's too invasive. But imagine doing things wrong for ages. Imagine me not looking at someone's food diary and spotting that. And I've done it before where I've not looked for a couple of weeks and like, oh, you've done this wrong. But that never happens anymore because I'm onto them. I'm looking at people's food diary and I'll spot something that's not weighed accurately. People are doing tablespoons, cups, teaspoons, a handful of this. It's like, no, you need to weigh and measure things in grams. So you need some digital scales as much as possible. So yeah, like I say, it could be inaccurate tracking. And to make things worse, there's things on MyFitnessPal which are inaccurate. Even things with a green tick next to it, which are meant to be verified entries, are incorrect. So that's why I look at people's food diaries to make sure that they're tracking the diet, not just doing it with junk food, but actually recording the diet accurately. And another reason why people aren't making progress with their physiques is because they're not doing weight training. For me, weight training is the key ingredient for fat loss and transforming your physique. The heavy hitter is diet. Diet beats everything. But the combination of diet, weight training and cardio, I'd say in that order, leads to the best look. Cardio, I'm going to cover that in a different video. I actually don't think that's needed at all. Diet and weight training leads to the best look. Cardio for health reasons, and maybe cardio if you're not willing to drop your food anymore, but use that in reserve, but you don't need it. The key ingredient for fat loss is weight training. Doing the exercises properly, progressing your lifts leads to a much better look than just dieting and doing cardio, for example. So yeah, if you're not seeing differences on your physique, you need to be doing weight training. And another big reason why people are not making progress is that they go off track at the weekend. So many people will diet well Monday to Friday, then Saturday, Sunday, they're off track, and that just stalls the progress. They kind of go nowhere. But that's where coaching comes in because we plan ahead, and I've got really good strategies for people who enjoy social events at the weekend. Normally it's just banking calories. Right, eat this on the build up to the weekend. Be relatively sensible at the weekend as well. It's not just, oh, I've saved all this, I can go for it. It's being sensible at the weekend, making good choices and banking calories. But if you're consistently going off track at the weekend, you've got to understand that that will affect your progress.
Fat loss is a slow process, especially drug-free fat loss. If you make it slower than what it is normally, then you run the risk of not seeing changes and getting demotivated and giving up. So the key is to be relatively sensible as much as possible, and also acknowledge that there will be occasions that you go off track. They're inevitable. It's rare that you get someone that signs up for coaching and say, right, for 3 months I'm not doing anything. I have had some people that do that, but it's not realistic. They'll get a good result, but as soon as the coach is done, they go back to square one. So that balanced approach is key. And sometimes it's good just, forecasting what's the next month looking like. Oh, I've got a clear week this week. So that's the week we can really push. The week after, that's a difficult week. So it's damage limitation. It's looking to hold, making good choices. So it's going to be like that. It's going to be up and down. But as long as you stay on it as much as possible, you will head in the right direction. And for me, the best results are the ones where people have got that balanced approach. My contest preps, not balanced. It's literally 100%, and it shows what's achievable if you really go for it. If you stick to the plan 100%, but then for someone that's not competing, I don't expect them to be 100%. It's just that balanced approach, staying on track, planning ahead, making good choices, and that leads to a good result as well, an incredible result. Try to stay on track for most of the week. And another reason why people aren't making progress kind of links to the last point is that they're not being patient. Fat loss is a slow process. People want results instantly these days, don't they? They just want everything done there and then, but you've got to be patient. That's where the coaching comes in as well. So it's good to go off the 7-day average when you're dieting. You'll be weighing yourself most days. And that's another thing, some clients don't want to weigh themselves every day, which I'm absolutely fine with that. But for those that do, it's good to go off the 7-day average instead of daily weight fluctuations, because your weight's going to go up and down for loads of different reasons. But in general, it'll keep creeping down if you're consistent. And that's why pictures are really important as well. So when someone starts dieting, the key bit is to stay motivated. Patience, motivation are linked, but you've got to see it working. When you see it, you believe it. And pictures are key for that. So people that don't send pictures to the coach, or when you start dieting, you're not taking pictures, you're shooting yourself in the foot in terms of staying motivated. It's one of the best ways of monitoring your progress and staying motivated, actually seeing the differences. And again, I've had so many clients where the weight might not drop for a week, but I'll be like, look at the differences in your pictures here. And that's a huge boost in motivation. So you've got to be patient when it comes to fat loss. It's a slow process. To undo the fact that you've built up over the years is not going to happen overnight. It can be aggressive if you really go for it, but you just got to stay patient and keep trusting the process, as they say, because you will lose fat. Anyone that says as well, I'm eating in a calorie deficit, but I'm not losing fat. No, you're not. You're not. And no one's a special snowflake, they say. Like some people, you'll sign them up and they're like, yeah, fat loss doesn't work for me. I've tried everything. I'm doing everything right. It's not working. You're not doing everything right. You're not. It's simple as that. If you're not dropping fat and you're sticking to the diet, you're not sticking to the diet. Simple as that. So be honest, be accurate, be consistent with the diet, and you will lose fat. So yeah, those are the reasons why you're doing everything right, but you're not making progress. I've covered a few reasons there. So my first session, PT session, is not turned up. Is notorious for doing that. So I've got another PT session coming up, then I've got a bit of a gap. I'll probably have my breakfast there, and then a few more PT sessions, got my check-ins to do, and then football later on. And I'll probably train upper today as well.
I thought you were going to be early.
Yeah, I was been up since like 6:15.
Right.
I just wasn't sure of it, and so I woke up again in case I was like, oh,
Well, I'm just doing a YouTube video now, so we'll go for this one. You'll be on YouTube again. Friday YouTube video. Right, have a go with that. Good hair.
I know what's going on. I don't trust the barber right now.
So we're there, flipping annoying. So we're all jammed in like sardines on a plane.
Yeah.
With this big guy, bigger than me. He was sat next to me, and straight away give it that way. So I've just done that session there and I've got 45 minutes until the next one, so I'm just going to nip home, have my protein porridge and then come back and do another couple of sessions. Then I've got a gap and then I've got one more PT session. Go on, pregnant woman.
So hard. It's so heavy. Look how good it looks. It's all painted for him.
Looks nice.
And the grass is all better for him. You need to double confirm that, have it in writing again.
I nearly messaged him last night.
Three more, then we can certainly go up in weight. 2. And the injuries, then it should improve. Try not to go all the way up as well, just to keep a bit of tension. Just go to there and then go again. That's it. That's it. Very good. Very good.
Is a whole hour of radio on anthems.
Should get the fronts of your legs.
Before we get there, we have a brand.
So I've just got back to my house. So I do the PT sessions at my mum's garage. I've been doing them there for about 13 years. I live about a minute away, so it's not too bad. And it's a really nice day today, as you could see there. Did an outdoor session. That's known as the Red Bin Challenge. So that was a 30-kilogram vest, walking up a very steep hill to a red dog bin. So a very advanced fitness test. He did really well at doing that. So I'm going to do a couple of check-ins, I think, and then I'm going back for one more PT session, and I'll finish off my check-ins, probably train upper, and yeah, just keep sticking to the diet. I think it's hard doing YouTube when you're doing a diet because, you know, the diet side of things doesn't hardly change. It's just that consistency, the Groundhog Day that you're looking for, really. But yeah, like I say, I'll share it as much as possible.
Hiya mate, thanks for checking in, hope you're okay. So another brilliant week, and obviously not much to report, but sometimes those are the best week. You're just getting on with it, you're getting the job done. The weight's nicely in line with our timeline. I was hoping that your weight would be around 78 kilogram.
So I've finished my check-ins now for the day. I've just got a couple of new clients to set up later. I've just got this one PT session to go now, and then I'll train upper body, the usual thing, just a really quick upper body session, a back exercise, chest, shoulder, back, chest, shoulder, and then bicep and tricep. So I kind of remember what I did last time. So the lat pull down won't be a lat pull down, it'll be a chin up. It'll be a different chest press machine. It'll be dumbbell lateral raises because I used the machine last time. Then it's seated rows. I'll use the cable instead of the machine this time. And the shoulder press machine, I'll use a different one. So it follows the same pattern, but it's slightly different, and I'm really enjoying it, and it's proving to be really effective. I'm going to upload a video soon on Instagram. It was 15 minutes this workout, and that's including me recording it as well to get the workout done. So I'm a big fan of you know, getting the most bang for your buck, and right now for 15-minute workouts, it's amazing. It's suiting my lifestyle, and I'm getting a good result from it. So yeah, I'll do this last PT session. So a funny story about this particular show. This was the 2022 Natural Olympia where I placed second, so I'm a bit gutted. But the funny story about that show is that the bonus prize, so this was in Vegas, the bonus prize for the winner was an all expenses paid trip to Manchester. So I just thought, well, what's going to happen there? They're just going to get me a taxi to Manchester. But they said they would have just given me the money instead, and it would have worked out as like £7,000, they said. So I'm absolutely gutted. But previous winners have won like a Harley Davidson. So the prizes have gone down a little bit over the years, but yeah, I just thought that were a funny story that if I won the all expenses paid trip to Manchester, with me being, about an hour away from it. So that were that show. These were all from 2022. Obviously 2024 will probably be our best year. These are some of the results. That's obviously my logo. That was Natural Olympia 2024 where I came back and actually won it, which were amazing. These are 2019 and 2016, and that's a 2022 up there. And yeah, got a little thing for motivation up there. Right, a push workout. Start with bar. Good leg session yesterday. So that's my PT sessions done. I am just going to go back and have a bowl of oats, let it settle, then go to the gym. Whilst I'm letting it settle, I'll just get started on the new client plans. So I just thought I'd show you, this is my mum's house where I've lived I did live for 32 years before I moved out. Really nice location for PT sessions. I'll just spin the camera around. So we got the park just across the road over there. And I've done PT sessions here for, like I say, 13, maybe 14 years. Done absolutely loads of sessions. So yeah, I'll nip back and have my protein oats.
Yeah. As long as everyone's come with a face cream, which have, that's fine. That should feel nice and fresh. Well, we're not area with this. I'm trying to
No way.
shit bland from a pregnant.
Get it from that one.
Maybe put Mr. Tumble on. Getting Misker on the YouTube. Right, shower time now.
No,
It's your shower time.
I'm not having a shower.
Yes, you are.
And I don't want to shower.
It's your shower time.
I don't want to.
Come on, out you
You
come.
like hot inside?
Yes. It's a nice sunny day, but a bit too hot, isn't it?
Huh?
Oh, can you step out? That's it. Can you do a big jump? Oh, he nearly fell then. I'll shut this door. It's tell mummy. Oh yeah. You tell mummy that you got burnt by the sun.
I think I'm all red now. I'm all red.
Oh no.
I'm all red now.
Oh dear.
No, huh? Whoa! I have my.
No, that's not. There's a baby here. Mummy's friend. So I'm going to do my upper body workout a bit later than expected. I had to pick up the kids from nursery and school because Brogan's doing her makeup with a friend, practicing her makeup. So just do a quick session and then just a summary of today's video. So I've just finished my workout there, really good upper body session again. It didn't take me too long at all, and I did some pausing at the end, and I'm pleased with how I'm looking. And you know, I've not had to try too hard to get in the shape that I'm in now. It's not as strict as a usual contest prep diet. It's just a culmination of a lot of good decisions and keeping on top of my training. So back to the topic of today's video, why you're doing everything right but you're not losing fat. So ultimately you're not doing everything right. You might think that you are, but obviously you're doing something wrong. You might be following the wrong diet plan. The calories might be too high. You might not be burning enough calories. You might not be doing the weight training. You might not be accurate with your diet. You might be not weighing your food properly, and you might not be doing it consistently. So just make sure that you are, because you know, on paper, fat loss is easy. You've just got to be consistent with it and accurate. But it's not as easy as that. You know, life gets in the way sometimes. That's why you've got to have the right plan, the right accountability, and be really patient with it. And you need to have a strong reason why you're doing it in the first place as well, because if that reason and goal to change is strong enough, then you'll put the work in to achieve it. So I'm not going to wrap up the video there. I'm going to play football after and give you a bit of a summary. And just before I went to the gym as well, I had some spag bol. So that's an example of how the diet is not as strict as usual. So I'm getting my kids eating normal food, which is absolutely brilliant, but there's too much of that spag bol, so I always have some of it. So at the minute, it's 3 bowls of oats, spag bol, maybe a bag of crisps. I'm probably going to have a protein shake after as well, because I started eating too early today, which means I'm going to run out of calories. So yeah, I try not to do that. Usually I try to just delay that first meal because it makes it a bit easier later. But I imagine I'm going to be hungry after football, so I'll probably just have a protein shake. So yeah, I'll see you for the summary of the game. So I've just played my football. It were a decent game. I don't know who won. It were 5-4 to someone. Didn't play too well, to be honest. Couldn't really get loosened up after my leg workout that I did the other day. But yeah, an enjoyable game. Really nice evening for it as well. Just enjoying playing football, really. It's a good way of doing cardio. I don't enjoy cardio, to be honest, but I'd say football is like enjoyable cardio. So that'll do for today. Thanks for watching along.